Hey guys, Tom Kitterman here, and welcome to the first video in our 2019 summer series for the leadership training program at Lakeside Camp. If you've gotten here from my regular YouTube channel, just go ahead and skip ahead to the next one. These next few videos are going to be basically kind of an introductory apologetics course for those of you who've never had much exposure to apologetics. So if you'd like, you can check that out, but this particular video is geared strictly towards the interns at Lakeside. So hi guys, glad to be along with you here, and we're looking forward to a great summer. This is going to be a wonderful opportunity this year for you guys to expand your command of the gospel and to acquire some skills that'll help you be better ambassadors for Christ. Now, I don't like to call myself a teacher. The reason being that I don't have academic credentials. I've only had a marginal amount of training, formal training, but I'm going to act more as a trainer and a coach. I'm going to show you where to get the skills that you need, give you some information along the way, and then really coach you in helping you use those tools to be able to have productive conversations about God. And that's the goal, right? We want to bring people to the cross. We've got a lot of ground to cover, and the video series is going to help you guys get some basic knowledge that we'll then use when we do our live training sessions, which are going to be mostly on Wednesdays. Now, there's a few things that you're going to be expected to know as we go through this program, and I'd like you to learn this stuff as it comes up in the training videos. There's really 5 things that I'm going to want to make sure that you guys know cold by the end of the summer. Well, by the end of July. First of all, I want you to know the 5 questions that prove Christianity is true. And I want you to be able to move through those in an intelligent fashion with a little bit of knowledge and skill and expertise. I also want you to know, as a part of that, a subset of that, the 3 primary arguments for the existence of God. We'll be going through those in the next couple of videos. I also want you to be able to know and understand and use the 3 uses of the Columbo tactic. We'll be finding out more about that in a little bit. Also, 2 more things. There's a 5-step plan that we'll go through for having an effective conversation. And I'd like you to know all those 5 points. And also, I would like you to know the law of non-contradiction. We'll be covering that in our first video on truth. Now, here's what you want to do. Don't just watch the video. Download it and study it until you're sure that you understand the content. If you don't understand the content, that's fine. That's what the live training sessions are for. Ask questions when we're together, or you can post them in the comments on the channel, or you can text or email me so I can help you master the material. Now, it's important that you do master the material for a very important reason. We're going to be making a couple of trips into the local community so you can practice having conversations about God with total strangers. This is going to be our evangelistic outreach component. Now, in addition, we'll have a panel discussion with several people from other faith systems so you can learn more about non-Christian worldviews. And we'll be meeting with a Muslim, a Jew, and an atheist. So you better bring your A game because I'm expecting you guys to ask good questions and really have a meaningful dialogue with some other folks who are passionate about their beliefs. And this is called our worldview component. Now, one more thing. When it comes to sharing the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ, it's not good enough to just wing it. No matter how smart you are, no matter how well you know your material, no matter how well you speak, it's still not good enough to wing it. You have to practice. Now, as a former professional musician, I can tell you there's no substitute for muscle memory. When you do something enough times that you no longer have to think about it, that's when you develop confidence. If you play a sport or an instrument, you know that that's true. If your head gets a little muddled up, you just rely on your training to get you through. That's as true with evangelizing as with anything else. So when I tell you in these videos to repeat something, don't treat that suggestion like your pastor on Sunday morning trying to make a point. I actually want you to open up your mouth and make the words come out. And the more times, the better. Here's why. If you're standing in front of somebody and you're having a hard time getting words to come out of your mouth, you're going to have a hard time being persuasive. Now, you know that you're supposed to be persuasive, right? 2 Corinthians, Paul calls us ambassadors for Christ. And an ambassador, by definition, has to be knowledgeable and convincing and likable. In addition, 1 Peter 3:15 tells us to always be ready to make a defense whenever anyone asks you about the hope that is in you, but do it with gentleness and respect. Now, you know what being ready means, right? You've got it. You practice. Also, we're going to learn some techniques that you could use to make people look silly or foolish or otherwise embarrass them. And this is why Peter reminds us to make our defense with gentleness and respect. Our goal, after all, isn't to win arguments. Our goal is to win people to Christ. You with me? So if you're ready to step up, let's begin. Go ahead and queue up the next video on the 5 questions that prove Christianity is true, part 1. We're going to be talking about truth. That's all for this time. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.